There's something about adding carbon fiber scales to the handle of a folding knife that just makes it really cool. And on the table here, you're looking at the Boker Plus Tech Tool carbon fiber. This is the Tech Tool 1 out of the Boker Plus Tech Tool style knives. The Tech Tools are kind of like, Swiss Army knife multi-tool style knives. The one only has just the blade. The other ones do have multi-tools. I think there's like a 4, 3. But yeah, this is the one, just a single blade. And this is the carbon fiber scales. It also comes in a OD green G10 and a black G10. Now it says carbon fiber, but this is actually a carbon fiber and G10 laminate, so the scale is not fully carbon fiber. And the liners there, we have stainless steel liners and a stainless steel back as well. This is an overseas produced knife. Comes in about 2 ounces. You have a 2.81 inch blade, so if you have legalities where you need a under 3 inch blade, well, this is it. This is also a slip joint and requires 2 hands open because it's a nail nick. So, and it doesn't lock, so it might be legal in more places as well. The blade steel is a 14C28 Sandvik steel. Don't know a ton about it, but I know a lot of Kershaws have used a version of Sandvik steel as well. It's a different version, and it's held up well. Out of box, this was actually pretty sharp, and that's saying something for something coming out of China, which is where this is produced. Not all Chinese blades are terrible, but sometimes it's hit or miss with how sharp they actually come out of box. So the blade is a drop point style blade, very similar to a Victorinox style blade. And you have a mirror polish on the blade, nice satin mirror polish style. And unlike Victorinox style blades, you actually have a pocket clip. This is only positionable tip down or tip up. On the right side, there are no ways to attach on the left side, and it looks like kind of a rivet similar to a Victorinox style on the left side. Now there are screws all on the right side. What is interesting about this is it does ship tip down, and you can move it over to tip up. But one thing you have to realize is that there's 2 screws for each. One screw holds in the clip. That's its only purpose. And the other screw is actually part of keeping the knife together. So down here, this is keeping the scale and going into the liner and keeping it all together. The one up here is actually part of the pivot construction. And then I guess this one here is also keeping the scale, holding it to the liner, holding the whole knife together. And I noticed because when I changed the clip over from tip down, the tip up, the blade actually went off center, and that ended up being a problem because when I first got it, it was centered perfectly, and when I did that, when I changed it over, well, the blade ended up right up against one of the liners, and it was scratching up against one of the liners. So I had to do some adjustments with the pivot screw on the front, and eventually I got it to where it is pretty much centered now. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was where it was rubbing up against the liner. But yeah, that's something to be aware of, because if you're going to get this knife and just leave it the way it is, it will probably, if it's comes centered, it should stay that way. But if you do change the pocket clip over, you might end up messing up your centering. This also has a glass breaker on the back of the knife. It's kind of a small knife to use for that, but it's kind of a neat feature. Overall, I think for what it costs, which this I found on GP Knives, which was $31.95, it's not a bad deal because you're getting a good Sandvik steel, you're getting carbon fiber, of course it's mixed with the G10, it's only a laminate, but it looks classy, getting a decent steel, And yeah, it's just a neat thing. And one of the reasons I got this was to pair this with my larger carbon fiber scaled knives. So let's look at some knives to compare this to. Well, I mentioned Victorinox knives, so here we go. Victorinox Pioneer. And if you look, you'll see that the blades are similar in length. Of course, you're getting multi-tools on here. I mean, you could buy the other models that have more tools, but realize that it's almost about the same thickness and handle. And this, you're only getting one blade, and the Pioneer you're getting a few extra tools. And that's going to come in at about $34. It's about the same price. How about something real small, a Dragonfly 2 by Spyderco? That's going to come in about $53, but this is VG10 steel. Comes out of Seki City, Japan. You know, different style. Obviously, the Dragonfly is a lot lighter. Different. You have, you know, the FRN handles. You know, different blade shape. But yeah, Spyderco Dragonfly 2. How about an SE Zancudo? This one is actually a KnifeWorks exclusive. Of course, you have all stainless steel and this FRN kind of style handle, Osate steel. Comes in about $27, so less money. Kind of similar drop point blade shape, a little bit bigger blade. How about a Kershaw Cryo G10 version? Of course, HCR13 MOV, so not as good steel, stainless steel. It's going to be heavier. G10 is not very grippy. Comes in about $35, so comparable price, about the same length of blade. Of course, different use is going to be tougher with that frame lock, just overall construction of this knife, but it is a different design. Maybe another Kershaw Ember, little Rick Hinder design knife. Again, this isn't going to have as good steel. This is real small. It's kind of hard to compare, since, you know, look at that. It's almost, well, not quite half, but yeah, it's real small knife. This is going to come in about $20. You're going to have the same kind of steel as the other Kershaw low-end Chinese knives, where you have like HCR13 MOV, so it's not going to be as good steel. But yeah, if you want a small knife, that is an option. How about another Boker to compare it to? The Curtis designed Nano. There you go, and that's going to come in about $47. The CRKT Squid, Burnley design. Again, I think you have the HCR13 MOV steel again on that. It's going to be heavy, all stainless steel frame lock. And that's going to come in at about $17. So, yeah, this is a lot cheaper. About the same blade length. The Boker's a little bit longer. But yeah, nice stonewash though on that. Or how about another CRKT, the Ripple 2. And this is going to be very difficult to compare here too, because you're going to have something that has Akuto Plus stainless steel handles, and you're looking at something a lot more expensive than the Boker Plus Tech tool. This is going to come about $80, and that's the CRKT Ripple 2 with the bronze hands and the Akuto Plus steel. So wrapping up, the Boker Plus Tech Tool Carbon Fiber 1 is a nice, kind of classy designed knife by Boker with a actually pretty decent steel for about $31, and you're getting something that is legal in a lot of places, and it's just, you know, it's a nice touch with the carbon fiber. The Tech tools with the G10 were nice too, but I think the carbon fiber is pretty neat, especially when it doesn't cost that much. And you're getting something where it's a pretty compact package, only 2 ounces. You get a pocket clip, so you don't have to just put this in your pocket or put a lanyard hole or a lanyard on it and the lanyard loop on like maybe a Pioneer. on all the other Victorinox knives. So that's the Boker Plus Tech Tool 1 carbon fiber. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.